A murderer deliberately decides, of his own free will, to brutally take the life of another for trivial reasons or for reasons that have not caused him serious harm. Universal physical laws always imply events having a cause and a corresponding effect. No scientist to date has ruled out such laws for humans. No one. On the contrary, a minority of human beings are instead defying cause and effect events, going against their very nature. To claim that wishing the death penalty on a murderer would be tantamount to becoming like him is not only to completely ignore such laws, but also to equate the killing of an innocent with that of a murderer by virtue of that mental delusion that states every life has the same value. No, sir, nothing could be more wrong. While the unborn child automatically acquires value and therefore rights by virtue of being born into the world, as soon as he or she reaches adulthood, he or she will have the choice to maintain or lose them based on his or her actions and behavior. Just as a doctor can be stripped of his or her right to practice by being struck off the register, a father can be stripped of parental authority over his or her child, etc., etc., as a consequence of their actions. Taking the life of a convicted murderer following a third-degree conviction is nothing more than the consequence of the exercise of his or her actions. A partner who brutally murders his young girlfriend, 7 months pregnant, automatically loses his or her right to live, unless his or her reasons include serious personal harm that the girlfriend allegedly inflicted on him, but that still doesn't prevent him or her from spending many years in prison. That said, prison does not necessarily mean the murderer's reintegration into society. This is an ancillary need that is sometimes completely unattainable and unnecessary. Prison serves to restore the principle of justice for the victim's close relatives. The state or the community has a duty to support loved ones who have been brutally and futilely deprived of emotional, moral, educational, and economic support due to the loss of a father/husband, son/daughter, brother/sister, or mother/wife. The community must therefore necessarily provide for the restoration of the loss of emotional, educational, and economic balance by relegating the murderer to forced labor, with any compensation going to the victim's family. The 20 to 30 years of prison serve as a debt relief to the victim's family, not as a reintegration program. Whoever kills shall have his life taken away is written in Exodus 21 verse 23, life for life, and the principle is also repeated in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. Therefore, the suppression of another's life does not go against Christian values at all. On the contrary, in Genesis 9 verse 6, God tells Noah, "Whoever sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed." In Exodus 21 verse 12, "Whoever strikes a man so that he dies shall be put to death." These verses express the principle of retribution, talion, that is, that murder carries the death penalty.